First contact. Admiral Elena Santos stood at the helm of the Confederation flagship Stellar Horizon, her dark eyes fixed on the holographic display of Sol system. After 3 decades of exploring the cosmos, she thought she'd seen everything. She was wrong. Preliminary scans complete, Admiral, announced Science Officer Vextra, her translucent antennae pulsing with confusion. The third planet shows signs of advanced civilization. But the Arcturian hesitated, mandibles clicking. Continue, officer. The entire planet is encased in some kind of quantum field we can't penetrate. And the orbital infrastructure, it's unlike anything in our database. Thousands of satellites, all perfectly maintained, yet no power signatures. No transmissions. No movement. Elena approached the display, studying the blue-green world wrapped in its mysterious network of satellites. Earth, legendary birthplace of humanity, the species that had vanished without trace 50 years ago. Their disappearance had sparked the greatest mystery in galactic history. Life signs? Elena asked, though she already knew the answer. None, Admiral. But the preservation is perfect. Cities, infrastructure, even plant life, all suspended in some kind of stasis. It's as if humanity simply stepped sideways out of reality. The bridge fell silent as the implications sank in. The Confederation had investigated dozens of abandoned worlds, but nothing like this. Most civilizations left ruins, decay, evidence of their passing. Earth looked like it was waiting for something. "Ma'am," called Lieutenant Chen from his sensor station, "I'm detecting an energy surge from the satellite network." Before Elena could respond, every screen on the bridge flickered. The satellite web pulsed with soft blue light, and a message appeared in every known language of the Confederation. To those who find Earth, welcome, and we're sorry. What you're about to learn will change everything you understand about survival in this universe. But first, a warning. They are coming, and you have less time than you think. Elena's hand instinctively moved to the ceremonial sword at her hip, a habit from her academy days. Source: it's broadcasting from every satellite simultaneously, Vextra reported. The quantum encryption. Admiral, it's adapted perfectly to our current protocols, as if they knew exactly who would find this message and when. A new set of coordinates appeared on the main display, pointing to a location in Earth's North American continent. Along with it came more text. The answers you need are below. Hurry. The void does not wait. Admiral, Vextra's voice dropped to a whisper. Long-range sensors are detecting something at the edge of the system. Multiple objects, massive scale, moving in patterns that defy our understanding of physics. Elena studied the readings, her blood running cold. The objects seemed to bend reality around them, leaving tears in the fabric of space-time. They were still days away, but their trajectory was clear. They were heading straight for Earth. "Prepare a ground team," Elena ordered. "Whatever humanity left behind, they clearly meant for us to find it before those things arrived." Lieutenant Chen maintained continuous monitoring of those objects. "Vextra, you're with me. Let's see what humanity thought was worth preserving for 50 years. As the shuttle descended through Earth's atmosphere, following the coordinates with precision, Elena couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, not by the mysterious objects approaching the system, but by something else, something that had been waiting patiently for this exact moment. The coordinates led them to what appeared to be an ordinary suburban home in a perfectly preserved city. No dust, no decay, just silence. As they approached the front door, it opened automatically, recognizing them as the intended recipients of whatever message humanity had left behind. Inside, they found a home frozen in time, dinner still set on the table, children's toys scattered across the floor, family photos showing smiling faces that had no idea they would become part of history's greatest mystery. But it was the basement that held the truth. Behind a seemingly normal wall, they discovered a quantum-locked chamber containing a single holographic terminal. As they approached, it activated, projecting the image of a woman in a military uniform. "I am Admiral Sarah Chen, Earth Defense Force, and if you're seeing this, humanity's greatest fear has finally found us." What I'm about to tell you will sound impossible, but you've already seen them approaching. The entities we call void hunters. They don't just destroy civilizations, they consume them, adding their knowledge and technology to their own. We discovered them too late to fight, but just in time to hide. The hologram gestured, and the room filled with images of massive, reality-bending vessels. They detect civilizations through quantum signatures. Any species advanced enough to manipulate quantum states becomes visible to them. But we found a way to slip between the cracks of reality itself. This facility contains everything you need to do the same. Elena exchanged looks with Vextra. "Your civilization." She addressed the hologram. "Where did you go?" The hologram smiled. "We're still here, Admiral Santos, just slightly out of sync with normal spacetime. Earth isn't abandoned. It's hiding in plain sight. And now you need to decide if your Confederation is ready to do the same. Because those objects you detected, they're not just coming for Earth, they're coming for everyone." The hologram's expression grew grave. "You have 48 hours before the Void Hunters arrive. Everything you need. The quantum phase technology, the coordinates to safe harbors between dimensions, the protocols for moving entire populations. It's all here. The question is, are you ready to make your civilization disappear?" Elena felt the weight of history settling on her shoulders. Humanity hadn't vanished. They had evolved, found a way to exist in the spaces between spaces, and now they were offering the Confederation the same chance at survival. "Show us everything," Elena commanded. Out in space, the approaching entities continued their inexorable advance, unaware that their next intended prey was about to follow humanity's path into the quantum shadows. The hidden truth. As Admiral Santos and her team delved deeper into the quantum facility beneath the suburban home, the true scope of humanity's achievement began to unfold. The holographic interface expanded, filling the chamber with a three-dimensional map of the galaxy, crisscrossed with glowing lines that seemed to pass through the very fabric of reality. "These are the quantum corridors," explained the AI projection of Admiral Chen. "Pathways that exist in the spaces between normal spacetime. Humanity's emergency escape routes, carefully maintained for half a century." Vextra studied the readings from her scanner, her antennae twitching in disbelief. "The energy requirements for this network, it should be impossible." "Impossible in normal space," the hologram corrected. "But we learned to draw power from multiple quantum states simultaneously. The same principle that keeps Earth hidden powers our entire civilization now." Elena watched as the map highlighted thousands of points across the galaxy, other shelters, safe harbors, planets, stations, and entire solar systems shifted slightly out of phase with normal spacetime. "We've been preparing them since we first detected the Void Hunters. Your civilization isn't the first we've helped escape." The revelation hit Elena like a physical blow. How many others? 17 species so far, all successfully transitioned to quantum space. The Void Hunters can't detect what exists between moments of time. Lieutenant Chen's voice crackled over the comm. "Admiral, the unknown objects have accelerated. New arrival estimate, 36 hours. Elena's jaw tightened. "Show us how the phase shift works." The hologram waved, and new displays appeared, showing intricate technical schematics. The process begins with quantum resonance generators. These devices create a field that gradually shifts matter into an intermediate state between normal spacetime dimensions. The preservation field around Earth's cities, Vextra realized. It wasn't just for maintenance. Correct. The field was the first stage of our transition. It allowed us to shift our entire civilization gradually, preventing panic while ensuring nothing was left behind. As they studied the technical data, Elena noticed something odd about the schematics. These designs, they're adapted to Confederation technology. The hologram smiled. We've had 50 years to study your civilization, Admiral. Every species that reaches quantum awareness follows certain technological paths. We prepared variations of our solution for each potential discoverer of Earth. You've been watching us, Alina said, not sure whether to feel impressed or unsettled. Protecting you. Why do you think the Void Hunters never found your worlds? We've been using the quantum network to deflect their attention, giving your civilization time to develop to the point where you could understand what we offer. A new alarm sounded from the surface. Admiral, Lieutenant Chen reported, the objects are affecting local space-time. We're detecting ripples of distortion spreading through the system. They're searching, the hologram explained. The Void Hunters can sense that Earth holds something important. They don't know about the quantum space yet, but they will tear this system apart looking for what they can sense but not see. Alina made her decision. How do we begin? The holographic chamber transformed into a command center. First, you'll need to establish quantum resonance points across your core worlds. The coordinates are already programmed. We mapped optimal locations decades ago. Then, the population preparation protocols must begin immediately. Population protocols. The human mind isn't designed to comprehend existing between moments of time. Without proper preparation, the transition can drive people insane. We develop techniques to help populations adapt gradually. Vextra's scanner picked up new readings. Admiral, I'm detecting quantum signatures throughout this facility. They're getting stronger. The hologram's expression became urgent. That's because we're about to show you something crucial. The quantum barrier between normal space and our realm is thinnest here. Look closely. The air in the chamber began to shimmer, and through the distortion, Alina saw them. Ghostly images of humans moving through the same space, operating advanced equipment, monitoring displays that existed just out of phase with reality. They were witnessing Earth's true face, the civilization that existed between ticks of the cosmic clock. My God, Alina whispered, you really are still here. We never left, Admiral Santos. We simply stepped sideways into the quantum shadows. And now you must lead your people to do the same. The Void Hunters aren't just coming for Earth. They've detected your civilization's quantum experiments. You're now visible to them. Alina watched the phantom humans going about their work, protecting the galaxy from threats most species never knew existed. They had transformed their entire way of life, learned to exist in the impossible spaces between moments, all to ensure other civilizations would have a chance to survive. The quantum resonance generators, Alina said. How quickly can we begin production? The hologram gestured, and detailed manufacturing specifications appeared. Everything you need is here. But remember, Admiral, once you begin this process, there's no going back. Your civilization will have to abandon everything it knows about reality itself. If the alternative is extinction. Alina straightened her uniform. Lieutenant Chen, contact Confederation Command. Tell them to implement Emergency Protocol Alpha, and inform them. She paused, watching the ghostly humans moving through their quantum realm. Tell them we found humanity, and they've been protecting us all along. The hunt was on, but this time, the prey had a path to survival, through the quantum shadows where humanity had made its home. Race against time. The Confederation High Council chamber erupted in chaos as Admiral Santos finished her briefing. The holographic faces of 200 species representatives flickered with a mix of fear, disbelief, and awe. Impossible, thundered Councillor Draz, his crystalline form pulsing with agitation. No civilization could achieve such mastery over quantum mechanics. Yet here we are, Alina responded, projecting the quantum readings from Earth. While we thought humanity had vanished, they were advancing beyond our comprehension. And now we have 30 hours before the Void Hunters reach our space. The human AI, Admiral Chen's hologram, materialized beside Alina. Your scientists have already verified our data. The Void Hunters have consumed thousands of civilizations. We refuse to let yours be next. Vextra stepped forward, her antennae glowing with the neural interface as she accessed the quantum facility's archives. The phase shift technology is compatible with our existing infrastructure. Humanity designed it that way. We can begin implementation immediately. The council chamber fell silent as real-time footage appeared. Massive, dark shapes distorting space itself as they approached the Sol system. They moved like oil through water, their very presence causing reality to buckle. The resonance generators must be deployed to these coordinates, Elena continued, highlighting points across Confederation space. Each generator creates a quantum field that will gradually shift your worlds out of phase with normal spacetime. And what of our people? Asked Counselor Lyra, her feathered crest rippling with concern. How do we prepare them for such a transformation? The AI projected new data, detailed psychological protocols and preparation methods. Your populations will need to adapt gradually. We learned this the hard way. Too rapid a transition can break minds unprepared for existing between moments of time. As if to emphasize the point, the quantum barrier in the facility thinned again. Through the veil, they could see humans working alongside other species, the 17 civilizations they'd already helped escape, all of them living in the quantum shadows, invisible to the Void Hunters. We've prepared for this moment for 50 years, the AI explained. Every piece of technology, every protocol, every safe harbor, all designed to ensure your survival. A new alarm blared. Lieutenant Chen's voice cut through the chamber. Multiple quantum distortions detected. The Void Hunters, they're accelerating. Elena turned to the council, her voice firm. We're out of time for debate. Every moment we delay puts more lives at risk. The choice is simple. We either evolve or we die. The council members exchanged glances. Finally, High Counselor Vec rose, his ancient form commanding immediate silence. When humanity first reached the stars, they were among our youngest members. Now they have become our guardians, watching from realms we barely understand. I move for immediate implementation of their protocols. The vote was unanimous. Within hours, Confederation ships streamed from shipyards across 1,000 worlds, carrying quantum resonance generators to their designated coordinates. On every planet, city, and station, the preparation protocols began. Citizens were guided through exercises to prepare their minds for the transition, while engineers worked to adapt crucial systems for phase shifting. In the quantum facility beneath the suburban home, Elena watched the massive operation unfold. Through the thinning quantum barrier, she could see her human counterparts doing the same, monitoring, adjusting, preparing to guide another civilization into their realm. Admiral, called Vextra. I'm detecting quantum fluctuations, the barrier between states. It's becoming more permeable. The AI nodded. As your civilization begins the shift, you'll start to perceive more of our realm. It's a good sign. But be warned, the Void Hunters will sense it too. They'll know something's happening, even if they can't understand what. As if in response, new alerts flashed across their screens. The approaching entities had changed formation, spreading out like a net across space. They were hunting, sensing their prey was somehow slipping away. They're scanning for quantum signatures, the AI explained. Looking for the source of the disturbance they can feel but not locate. Elena studied the tactical display, watching as the first resonance fields began to form around Confederation worlds. How long until the first phase shift is complete? 28 hours for the initial transition, but the hunters will reach the outer colonies in 20. Then we need a distraction. Elena turned to her team. If they're tracking quantum signatures, let's give them something to chase. The AA's image flickered with interest. You're thinking of using the quantum network itself as bait. Can we generate false signatures? Lead them away from the colonies until the shift is complete. Through the quantum barrier, Elena saw the phantom humans pause their work, turning to observe her with newfound respect. One of them, a woman wearing an admiral's insignia identical to the AI's, smiled and nodded. It's risky, the AI warned. The Void Hunters aren't easily fooled. if they realize what we're doing. Sometimes the best hiding spot is in plain sight, Elena countered. We'll make them think they're chasing our quantum experiments, while our worlds slip into the shadows right under their sensors. As her team began implementing the plan, Elena watched the ghostly forms of humanity moving through their quantum realm. For 50 years, they had existed between moments of time, silently protecting younger civilizations from horrors they never knew existed. Now, they were reaching across the quantum barrier, offering others a chance to evolve beyond the Void Hunter's reach. The hunt was reaching its climax, but this time, the hunters didn't realize their prey had learned to step between the seconds of existence itself. The Great Shift. Reality rippled across Confederation space as thousands of quantum resonance generators activated simultaneously. Cities, planets, and entire star systems began to vibrate at frequencies that made the mind ache to comprehend. The Great Shift had begun. In the quantum facility beneath Earth, Elena watched the massive operation unfold through dozens of holographic displays. Each screen showed a different world beginning its transition into the spaces between normal spacetime. First phase complete on 30% of target worlds, Vextra reported, her antennae pulsing with the strain of processing so much quantum data. The false signatures are drawing Void Hunter attention to the outer sectors. The AI's hologram nodded approvingly. Your plan is working, Admiral. They're following the quantum breadcrumbs away from the shifting populations. But they won't be fooled forever. Through the ever-thinning quantum barrier, Elena could see the human operators more clearly now. They moved with practiced efficiency, making minute adjustments to vast networks of quantum corridors, ensuring safe passage for billions of beings about to step sideways out of normal existence. Admiral, Lieutenant Chen's voice cracked with urgency. We're detecting massive quantum distortions. The Void Hunters, they're splitting up. The tactical display showed the truth. While most of the enormous entities continued chasing the false signatures, 3 had broken away, moving directly toward the closest shifting worlds. They're learning, the AI warned, adapting to the quantum patterns. We need to accelerate the transition. Elena's mind raced. The psychological protocols. Can we speed them up? Dangerous, the AI cautioned. Too rapid a transition risks mass psychosis. The human mind wasn't designed to exist between moments of time. Through the quantum barrier, one of the human operators stepped forward. A young woman with intense eyes. She spoke, and for the first time, her voice carried across the dimensional divide. We can help stabilize them. The quantum network, it's not just for transportation. It can support consciousness during transition. Elena turned to the AI. You can do that. It's how we managed our own transition. The network acts as a buffer, helping minds adjust to perceiving multiple states of reality simultaneously. But linking your entire civilization to the network at once. The AI's image flickered with concern. Another alarm blared. The Void Hunters had reached their first target, a colony world only halfway through its transition. On the displays, they could see the massive entities circling the planet, their very presence causing space-time to fold and twist. They're trying to prevent the shift, Vextra realized, forcing the planet to remain in normal space. Elena made her decision. Link us to the network. All of us. Better to risk the shock than face what those things will do to us. The human operators beyond the quantum barrier moved in perfect synchronization, their hands dancing across controls that existed in multiple dimensions at once. The AI's image expanded, filling the chamber with lines of quantum code, broadcasting quantum synchronization protocols to all Confederation worlds. It announced, prepare for direct neural interface with the network. Elena felt it first. A sensation like her consciousness was being gently pulled in a direction that shouldn't exist. Around her, Vextra and the other crew members shuddered as their minds connected to the vast quantum web humanity had spent 50 years building. Through the network, Elena could suddenly perceive more than she ever thought possible. She saw the Void Hunters for what they truly were, ancient intelligences that had transcended normal space, consuming civilizations to add their knowledge to their own vast consciousness. But she also saw humanity's quantum realm in its full glory, a civilization that had learned to exist in the impossibly thin spaces between moments of time. Across Confederation space, billions of beings experienced the same expansion of consciousness. There was panic at first, minds reeling as they began to perceive multiple states of reality simultaneously. But through the network, humanity's experience flowed like a calming wave. They had made this transition before. They knew the way. Void Hunters changing course, Lieutenant Chen reported, his voice distant yet somehow clearer through the quantum link. They're converging on the primary worlds. Too late, Elena whispered, watching through new senses as the quantum shift accelerated. Entire star systems were slipping into the shadows, their populations guided by humanity's quantum consciousness. The Void Hunters reached out with impossible appendages, trying to grasp worlds that were no longer quite there. Their frustration rippled through space-time itself as they sensed their prey slipping between the moments of existence. Through the now gossamer quantum barrier, the human operator with intense eyes smiled. "Welcome to the spaces between," she said. "Your civilization has just taken its first step into a larger understanding of reality." Elena watched as the last Confederation worlds completed their transition. Where once there had been a mighty civilization spread across thousands of light years, now there was seemingly empty space. But in the quantum shadows, between the ticks of the cosmic clock, that civilization was evolving into something new, following the path humanity had blazed 50 years before. The Void Hunters would continue their eternal hunt, but they would never find what had slipped into the spaces they couldn't perceive, protected by the species that had learned to dance between moments of time itself. Legacy of Hope. The quantum realm shimmered with new life as the last of the Confederation worlds completed their transition. Through the network, Elena could sense billions of minds adjusting to their new state of existence, guided by humanity's half-century of experience in the spaces between moments. Quantum shift complete across all major systems, Vextra announced, her consciousness resonating through multiple dimensions at once. Population stability at 93% and rising. Above what had once been normal space, the Void Hunters writhed in frustrated confusion. Their massive forms twisted reality itself as they searched for the civilizations that had somehow slipped through their grasp. For the first time in eons, their prey had evolved beyond their reach. Through the now non-existent quantum barrier, the human operators worked seamlessly alongside their new allies. The young woman with intense eyes, who had introduced herself as Dr. Sarah Chen, descendant of the original Admiral Chen, approached Elena. "Your people have adapted remarkably well," she said, existing simultaneously in multiple states of reality. "It took us years to achieve this level of quantum integration." Elena watched as Confederation ships, now visible only to those existing in the quantum shadows, began exploring their new realm. "We had excellent teachers. But the Void Hunters, they're still searching," Sarah confirmed. "They'll continue to hunt. It's their nature. But they can't perceive what exists between moments of time. We're safe here." The eye's hologram, no longer needed as an interpreter between dimensions, flickered one last time. Protocol completion confirmed, transferring all remaining data to quantum storage. As the hologram faded, Elena saw the true scope of humanity's achievement. The quantum network wasn't just a hiding place. It was an entirely new frontier. In the spaces between normal spacetime, civilizations could evolve, explore, and grow beyond the constraints of traditional physics. "You never stopped exploring, did you?" Elena asked, watching human ships emerge from quantum corridors that spanned the galaxy. Sarah smiled. "The universe is larger than anyone imagined. We've mapped quantum layers that exist between every moment of time. There are wonders out there that can only be perceived from outside normal space." Through the network, Elena sensed something else. Other civilizations, the 17 species humanity had helped before the Confederation. They reached out in welcome, sharing their experiences of life in the quantum realm. Admiral, Lieutenant Chen called, his consciousness resonating through quantum space, long-range sensors detecting new quantum signatures. 3 more civilizations have just achieved quantum awareness. More potential victims for the Void Hunters, Elena realized. More civilizations we can help, Sarah corrected. This was always the plan. Each species we save joins the network, strengthening it, helping us protect others. The Void Hunters forced us to evolve, but they didn't make us hide. They made us grow. Elena watched as humanity's quantum ships prepared to make contact with the newly emerging civilizations. After 50 years of silence, humanity had revealed itself not as refugees hiding from cosmic horrors, but as guardians helping others transcend those same horrors. You could have stayed hidden, Elena said. Protected only yourselves. That's not who we are. Sarah's form shifted through multiple quantum states as she spoke. Humanity has always been driven to explore, to push boundaries, to help others do the same. The Void Hunters thought they were forcing us to disappear. Instead, they pushed us to discover what was possible when we stopped thinking in terms of normal space and time. The quantum realm pulsed with new energy as the Confederation began establishing its own networks, adding to the vast web humanity had created. Where the Void Hunters saw empty space, a thriving multi-species civilization now existed, growing and evolving in ways their hunters could never comprehend. Welcome to the next stage of evolution, Sarah said, gesturing to the quantum corridors stretching across the galaxy. The Void Hunters forced us all to face a choice: adapt or die. We chose to adapt. And in doing so, we found something greater than mere survival. Elena looked out at the quantum realm that was now home to her civilization. The Void Hunters still prowled normal space, eternally searching for prey that had learned to exist in the spaces between their perceptions. But in those shadows, humanity's legacy lived on, not just surviving, but thriving and helping others do the same. The greatest hunt in cosmic history had failed, and in that failure, it had given birth to something remarkable. A coalition of civilizations that had transcended the very nature of reality itself, guided by the species that had first dared to step between the moments of time. The quantum realm shimmered with possibility, and Elena knew that this was not an ending, but a beginning. Humanity's 50 years of silence had been anything but empty. They had been preparing the way for others to follow, ensuring that life would always find a way to evolve beyond its hunters. In the spaces between moments, the future was infinite.